think we bore her.
I think so too.
Do you think we're boring, Mary?
Was
that? Take care of all of that?
No, that was my stomach again.
Stop it!
Maybe she got nervous.
It was like, whoa.
Whoa. I have to tell you something.
What?
So, Dan and I went to Costco because I really wanted a rotisserie chicken for dinner.
I fucking love rotisserie chicken.
Costco has really succulent rotisserie chickens for $4.99. They have not changed their price, by the way. Should be a sponsor for them at this point.
You should be, for sure.
And so I was super excited. Dan always makes fun of me because I get so excited about rotisserie chicken, but whatever. I have priorities. Yeah. And there just came out fresh. I take my time. Yeah. And he's like, just pick it.
You got to pick the best one.
I'm like, no. Let me look. Turn that one to the side. No. So I got my chicken. I was like, this is my prize bird. And I'm like walking through Costco with my chicken. I was just super happy. Yeah. And we went to the self-checkout. And then I scanned my chicken and put it down.
Don't tell me you dropped it.
No. Good. I put it down. And this lady, she might have been like 70, 75. She goes, look at that chicken. That is so big. It's beautiful. I'm like, that's a price chicken. She goes, how much was that? Like $4.99? She goes, blew this lady's mind. I'm like, it's so good. Best chicken around.
Oh my God. You did a compliment on a chicken you didn't even make, right?
My prize chicken.
That's some skill to pick out the best chicken, though.
I know.
Meyer has some good rotisserie chicken if you need to go get one really quick.
Fried chicken, though. And their deli. Because that's
I don't think I've ever had it.
One time I got it, it was so chicken fried.
It
was like, it was
no meat.
Yeah, there was no meat left. Yeah. It was just like, what the hell?
Fried chicken, it's really hard to get a good fried chicken.
Yeah.
Oh,
we didn't. It's a merry moment.
It's a merry moment.
Ooh.
Well, that was really good. We're here with Mother Mary again.
Yes.
If you guys listen to our Tuesday episode, Mary's still here because we batch our episodes because it's too much to not. So, what's up, Mary? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Mary has a story for us.
Ooh.
Oh, I get to tell my story?
Yes, you do.
Talk loud.
Lovely.
It's your turn.
Do I need to talk loud?
I mean, talk loud so we can pick it up. Yeah,
I can talk normal.
Yeah, talk normal.
Okay. Well, my story was because I don't remember what your last episode was. Oh, it was about the I was listening to it.
Time travel?
Not time travel.
Time
it was
slip?
time slip.
Time slipping.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned something about not researching the history of towns or whatever. You didn't know anything. Well, I did that.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Good, because I slack on my homework.
Slacker. I am an overachiever. And
I'm an underachiever, so it's good balance.
Back when Emma was a baby, when she was just born, almost like a month after she was born, I decided that I was going to start a hands-on children's museum. And I searched forever and ever and ever to try to find a location for the children's museum. And I went and ended up over in Fenville because a gentleman who heard a presentation that I gave about my concept, about my children's museum idea, and he had a vacant building. And it was over in Fenville, though. That's okay, because it was a free building. And he gave me a nice startup cash so I could start my children's museum. His name is Robert Hutchinson, and just loved him death. And so I had these traveling exhibits, and we retired the traveling portion of the children's museum and actually became a facility.
Yeah.
And the building that we were in was a Markovitz. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, Markovitz. And it was kind of like a variety store. It had a little bit of everything in there, like in the late 18, early 1900s.
Yeah.
So I did some research and read all these books by a local historian to try to find out what Fenville was about. And the guy that actually donated the building to the Forever Curious Children's Museum, located right on Main Street, downtown Fenville.
If you're ever in the area.
Yeah, if you're ever in the area.
Yeah.
We did get nominated by someone that was traveling in Michigan for one of their top picks of children's museums.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice museum. It's not that
because it's rural
Yeah.
community, and children's museums don't usually thrive, and it's been at that facility since 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So I did very well.
Because I remember going there when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when Emma had her 10-year birthday party.
Yeah.
We had a party there for her.
Yeah.
And it was a night at the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky. It was spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a bird in the basement that escaped into the museum.
Oh,
and
not a bird. Oh, no.
Yeah, a live bird.
Oh.
And I had to like trample over kids to get to safety into the bathroom.
Are
I
you
shut
my
myself
mom?
in there.
Did you hear this story?
It was dive bombing me of all the people in there, and it's like I had to run for my life, and I didn't. I could have killed somebody because I don't do well in those situations.
A bunch of 10-year-olds.
Yeah, a bunch of 10-year-olds. And I was pushing them. Get out of the way so I could run for safety.
Is this not deja vu of my mom holding my 2-year-old up while the bird was in the house and it was just diving at my 2-year-old and she was using her for cover?
Yeah,
no.
What is up with you women?
That was a good grandma. But I was... But yes, it was dive bombing me, and I was afraid, so I hid in the bathroom. But that's not my story.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so I digress. What was I saying?
You're telling us about the history.
Oh, the history of the building. So I met with Kit Lane, and she is a historical writer, and I learned so much about Fenville and how it was like the county place to be. Allegan wasn't even the county seat at that time.
Okay.
Fenville was. And this guy that donated the money, the Hutchinson family were very political and senators and had lots of wealth, and they had a canning industry. He lived in New York and came back and retired in Fenville. And I learned they had corduroy roads because Pier Cove, have you heard of Pier Cove?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, what?
I don't know. What's that?
Pier Cove is at the end of Fenville. You go all the way till you can't and you run right into Lake Michigan. It used to be the place where big ships transported passengers and logs.
I misheard her.
What did you think she said?
Big shits.
No.
I was like, oh.
Where we drop off our big shits and shit right in the lake. Big shits.
And the ships, the big ships, like the big ones, not like little boats. We're talking big ships. And Chicago had a fire, and they would take all of the lumber from the Allegan forest, like when you're driving to Allegan you turn off to go to Fenville.
Yeah.
And head west to the lake.
Yeah.
Well, they cut all that lumber and shipped it to Chicago to help rebuild Chicago after the Great Fire.
Yeah.
So, anyways, under the pavement of downtown Fenville, there's corduroy roads where it's logs that they stack together. It's like corduroy road. And I got this building, and I was like going around, and Emma can attest to it because there was times in the basement, and we'd be down there, and it's like one of those basements where I think it was like partial Michigan basement.
Oh, okay.
Because you could see like the earth.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like concrete, like a regular basement.
Okay.
But then you see earth.
Where do you? But it's concrete. So where do you see the earth?
Like it wasn't all the way done.
Like it's a half wall.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
What if that caved in on you?
Well, no, it wasn't like over your head. It was like just the outer walls.
I don't like that.
I know. And I kept thinking, what if I come down here and there's going to be a frog or a snake or a living creature? So I always try to look for the corduroy road. Couldn't see it. But guess what did happen? I would be in that basement, and then I'd hear like footsteps walking. I'll be right up. And I'm going up to the stairs. And then I go through the museum, and I go, hello, hello. Nobody there.
Stop it.
I'm not going to because there's more. I would be in my office.
It's her turn.
It is my turn, and I don't even get a microphone. And so then I'm sitting in my office, and I'm the only one in there, and I'd be type, and all of a sudden it's like, you could hear literally kids laughing, people talking, feet walking. What the heck? No, I'm serious.
I don't like that.
I know. Well, you were in there.
I feel like
you in that one band that you.
Yeah, I feel like something creepy happened then, but I can't remember it. What happened?
Well, we'd wash the floors, and footprints would appear in different directions all over the thing.
I don't like that. I thought, I was like, did something creepy happen there? And I couldn't remember what or when, but I was like, I have a feeling.
Yeah, that place is haunted. Yeah. And it wasn't just me and my imagination, because I'd be sitting there at night and I'd be working, writing a grant or whatever, and I would be the only one in the Children's Museum, and I could literally hear people in there.
Oh,
and I'd go right out of my
hate
office
that.
thinking somebody was in there. It's like, I know I locked that door.
Oh, I hate
So then
it.
I would go and double check. Well, then there was even employees who would hear the same thing when they were there alone. And then Emma one time was in the museum in the back room, and I'm like,
my IBS was kicking in.
Oh.
I was in the bathroom.
I didn't want to say that.
I will.
We're very honest.
Well, she was she was in the potty. And all of a sudden, it's just, and I hear Emma going, hello, hello. And I'm like, who is she talking to? So I go back there, and Emma is hearing people in that back room.
I thought it was her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that.
I'm not kidding you. I heard while I was in the bathroom, I heard people walking in that back room.
Oh.
And then I thought it was my mom.
Yeah.
But then I heard someone knock.
Ooh,
So I was just like,
that creeps me out
but I'm
so
like,
bad.
I'm in here. And
Yeah.
of course, it's like, Mom, there's 2 bathrooms. And also, it's like, you know what? I have a bathroom issue.
I'm literally shitting my brains out, Mom.
I'm like, give me, I'll
Give
do
me
this.
my privacy.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so I had to, chop it off. I'm not done yet, okay? And so I finish up what I'm doing, and I go out there, and I'm, hello. And that's when my mom
And I was in my office.
She was in her office, so there was the bathroom, and her office was upstairs. It wasn't like a full flight of stairs or anything.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 steps up. So,
Yeah.
but enough. But it's like you couldn't hear you heard voices, but not people talking. You just heard like muffled. Yeah.
Ew, it creeps me out so bad.
Yes.
That creeps
Which
me out.
it wouldn't surprise. Like, we were so calm about it because it's a museum. Like,
Yeah.
hearing kids laugh, hearing children in general would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get the footprints all the
only-
time.
The only 2 in there, though. And
Yeah.
it wasn't us doing it. And there's like, go check that back door, make that back door.
Yeah.
Make sure that
Yeah.
back door is shut. Or go check the front doors and make sure they're shut. But we'd be the only ones in there.
Oh.
And we would hear these noises. It
Yeah.
was really weird. And then it was years later, we had her birthday there, and that's when the bird incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pushing 10-year-olds. Yeah.
And we go in there. I mean, I basically grew up in the museum.
Yeah.
But we go in there and like help clean and stuff and free labor. But
Really.
I guess. But you
guys did a lot.
Yeah,
They did a lot
we
of
really
programs.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell me about this in our spooky episode?
Well, because it wasn't part of my thing.
We need... Okay, so next spooky
But this
episode...
was like not even a story. This is real life experience. And I'm not a big ghosty person.
Yeah.
But it was, and the fact that other employees had said stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I was in here the other night, and I swear to God, I could hear somebody out there talking, and it's like, I don't know.
Well,
There's
I
no
think
way
that's
if that
where...
many people experience it that it's not happening.
Well, yeah. And
You know?
also, I think for me, when it happened, I was like maybe 10 or I was younger. But for my mom growing up, like, and my dad too, like, they're not paranormal people. They're not, they're very much like, it's probably the wind or something like that. So my mom not being freaked out, it was like, that's weird. And then it's like, well, maybe it's and we just thought maybe it's another building next door.
That's what my thought was. Could it be buildings next door, or are the buildings kind of just not busy?
No, they are now. But back when we first got in there, the building to the right was empty. It was like it used to be like a tostado or a tostito. I don't know.
Tostitos.
No.
The pizzas?
The taco shells.
Tortillas.
Tortillas. There you go. I knew
Tostados.
what was the tea name? And I was
Tostitos is a kind of pizza, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I was getting confused.
Yeah, no, they made homemade tortillas.
But they opened and then they closed and then they opened and then they closed. And then the other side, it was like an art gallery and then it closed. And then it was something else and it closed. And now it's Root Cafe.
Okay.
But it was like the Children's Museum itself has a flat roof.
Yeah.
And it's only one floor. Weren't connected.
Oh.
So it's not like you could hear voices if you were up against a wall.
But you
and
wouldn't hear
listening
them.
for
Like,
it.
yeah.
But I mean, it was literally walking like on the floor. You could hear boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I hate it. Emma, we need to stay the night there for the podcast.
I've done that one time, and it was awful.
We need... That is such a good idea. We're doing it.
I don't run the museum.
No, she retired.
Would they let us stay there?
Wendy might, yeah.
Would you
Stay
hook
in
us up?
touch. I might,
Yeah, hook us up for real, because
See
I
if-
think that would be fucking hilarious and horrible at the same time. I'm already scared thinking about it.
And when the employees would wash the floor, there'd be, and some people said, well, that's just from people stepping in oil or something outside. But it wouldn't be just like...
Why would you have... What?
They would wash the floor and then the footprints would appear.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Mm-hmm. It was creepy. Though I will say, when we got the museum, before, like, obviously, it wasn't in the best condition because it wasn't a vacant building, but there was, like, broken mirrors everywhere.
Yeah, and that's why it made me think of it, because you had the episode about mirrors. And I thought, that reminds me, when we moved into the Children's Museum, because it was the Markowitz kind of variety store, and then it was, I don't know how many different times it turned over, but the last use before I moved in, it was like a karate studio. So the whole wall was mirrored.
Yeah.
And then the people, Robert, the owner of the building, had all redone to its original state. So original brick. Yeah. So they removed that. And then now it's like, is that what opened up the
you know, they say a lot of the time renovations brings it out. Is it paranormal, or is this kind of what the afterlife is, where people are on loops? Mm-hmm. And what if whatever's there, when it was restored to its natural state, you know, it was like how it was when they were alive, and now they're in a loop. They're walking through the building.
Right. It's one of those things where I think I still can sit on, I'm indifferent, because I just like to think of more the logical, like, oh, it was just this, or it was just that.
Yeah. But you were there.
I know, and that's what's hard.
How do you explain it logically?
It's hard, because you're just, it doesn't sound like a building next door when you hear people talking. They sounded right outside the bathroom door. It doesn't
make sense with the way you're explaining the buildings next to it. I don't think that would be
No, not at all.
I'm creeped out.
And like the other building, the one building, the smaller Taco Bell,
it was literally a handmade tortilla shop, not
Taco Bell.
Bell.
Why are we on Taco Bell?
I don't know. Because it was another T name. So that was right next door. And that was not, I don't believe that's a 2-story.
No, it's not.
Building. And the one next to it that's now owned by Root, I think it was like a insurance company for a long time. Huh. And they did restore it and make apartments upstairs.
Yeah.
But it's not connected to the Children's Museum.
Yeah, that's
But when we heard these things, like the cafe, all that stuff was not there.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Like all these buildings were vacant at the time. So.
Yeah, no, you can't explain that.
Yeah.
We're staying the night there. Okay. Be prepared for that, guys. Once Mother Mary figures out when we can be there, we will be there. Oh my God. I'm bringing wine.
Like my worst nightmare.
But no, would they not come out then?
Probably not.
Would they not show because you guys are looking for them?
I feel like they want to be acknowledged because they're stuck in that loop and people can't see them. Mm-hmm. I've read this before. I mean, this isn't my but they that's why they make the noise and stuff, because they want you to acknowledge they're there. Mm. You know what I mean? Well, you know what?
My IBS kicks in anytime, so I'm ready for them.
We're ready. Let's do it.
I'm looking at you. Is that our friendly dog?
That was a good story to kick this off, because it's a What the Fuck Tales Friday, which are fun, can be anything, spooky, conspiracy, superstitions, folklore, whatever the hell we feel like talking about. That's what we're talking about. And today, we are going to talk about mirrors, which are also creepy. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we're going to talk about stuff like that. And this is going to be a 2-parter. So I am going to start and just do like a little bit of history. And then Emma has some stories that she said are really going to creep me out. Yeah. And I'm already creeped out. Like, that story gave me goosebumps. So I just...
Well, I was trying to block that from my childhood, I think.
Because you didn't bring that up. And then something happened to us when we were there. I can't remember, though.
We probably heard more noises.
And I think we've blocked it out.
Because you can hear, if you're upstairs...
Yeah.
Either one, you'll hear the noises of people talking and footsteps. Yeah. But if you are in the office, there is a good chance you'll always hear something by the basement, like a thud or something. I always felt like there was just...
Back where the restrooms were.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to walk down the stairs, go a little bit, and then there's a back room. Yeah. And that's where you're always going to hear the footsteps.
Yeah. The rest of the museum, completely fine. I've never had anything. Yeah. It's just that section of the museum.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to get way off topic. We need to do an episode just about that. Because I could go way into that. Well, shit. Okay, hold on. What were we talking about?
Definitions.
The mirrors. Okay.
The mirrors, Jordan. The mirrors.
The mirrors. I'm so excited about ghosts right now. Okay, so I'm going to go over a little bit of a history, and Emma's going to tell me some spooky stories. So, the first thing I want to talk about is covering mirrors after death. This is probably one of the biggest, spooky ones, at least I've heard about. I hear about it kind of often. So I wanted to tell you guys where this came from. Some of the superstitions behind covering mirrors are thought to come from Great Britain and Germany. According to other sources, they are based on old Jewish traditions. And then I also saw some with African American and Creole people. So regardless of where it originated, there are certain beliefs that lead to people covering mirrors, either for the benefit of mourners or for the souls of the deceased. Here's a couple different reasons of why they did that. One is that mourners can express their grief freely without seeing how they look. May be done to allow the spirit of the newly deceased to cross over peacefully, because some people thought that they could get trapped, their souls could be trapped in the mirrors. Some believe that if the soul of the departed sees their reflection in the mirror, that's what I was saying, they can be trapped forever and they can't leave for the afterlife, and then they'll remain in the home and haunt everyone who's there. Spooky. They're like, no, Grandma Edna, get out. We don't want you here. Some believe that the next person to see their reflection in the mirror will be the next to die. Some also believe that the reflections in the mirror are projections of the person's soul, which I don't know if they're seeing like spooky figures in the mirror. And this one I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with. So this is a Jewish superstition. And so I'm going to explain it a little bit more. And it also kind of has to do with sitting Shiva, because they cover the mirror during those, which sitting Shiva is like the 7 days of mourning for Jewish people. If a close family member dies, like a child, parent, sibling, like something like that, they sit Shiva for 7 days and they do cover the mirrors. And there's a ton of other things that they do, and I just don't have all that information, and this is why. So the Jewish superstition says that evil spirits of demons come to visit a family in mourning or a family sitting Shiva. When a soul leaves this world, it leaves a void, an emptiness that is prone to be filled by dark forces. And this is because wherever there is a vacuum, negativity can creep in. And now, these demons can't be seen by the naked eye, but when looking in a mirror, you could catch a glimpse of their reflection in the background. And so we cover mirrors in a house of mourning because we don't want to be alarmed by these demonic visitors. And now, so you could dismiss this as like mythical nonsense, but this article went in to explain how it could be interpreted on a psychological level. So the evil spirits can be thought of as like inner demons. So the ghosts this is all like hypothetical, but this is like the psychology version of it, is that the ghosts that visit a mourner are the feelings of regret, guilt, and anger. So when people who are grieving take a hard look at themselves in the mirror, they often feel that they didn't do enough for the departed, or that they didn't say all that they wanted to say, or that there's unfinished business or loose ends. And even if this is not really the case, sons or daughters, parents or spouses or siblings, our mind tends to play tricks when we're in that mode of mourning for someone we're so close with, that, we focus so much on this loss, we can kind of, we have those effects where we feel like we didn't do enough. Mm-hmm. And so that's why people would cover mirrors, just a few different reasons. I'm sure there are plenty more. And it was kind of interesting because I found that people actually stop clocks too when they cover mirrors when people die. So I might explain that on a future episode why we do that. And then I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about another of the most famous superstitions with mirrors, which is the broken mirror, and how if you break one, you will have 7 years of bad luck. Which I've always known, like, you're going to break a mirror, you have bad luck. But I remember being really little and thinking, like, oh, fuck, I broke a mirror once. My mom was so pissed at me because I threw a dog toy. I was probably only, like, 4. And it hit a mirror on the wall and it fell and it broke. And I was like, fuck, 7 years, man. I got 7 years of bad luck coming. Oh, I just spit all over my screen. But, like, where did that come from? Why 7 years? Here is where that came from. It was the ancient Romans who first suggested that the idea of a broken mirror bringing 7 years of bad luck happened. So they say, like, every 7 years, life would renew itself. So just like any broken parts of your life, such as health issues, whatever it may be, would be fixed. Which I don't think that's true, because my obesity should have been cured a long time ago. It's every 7 years. Oh, okay, so if a mirror smashed and your image was the final thing it reflected, then you'd have to endure 7 long years of misfortune before the curse ended and good luck was renewed. But have no fear, because there are measures that can be taken to prevent this bad luck, though. You could take the shattered pieces and bury them by the light of the moon, or take a fragment to a graveyard and touch it against a tombstone, but I do not advise this. Just, I don't know about that one because I've been unlucky my whole life and I've only broken like one mirror. So yeah, that's just a couple for you.
Dang.
And now Emma's got some spookity stories.
All right, I have 3 stories for you.
Oh God.
Okay, the first one.
Okay.
Is St. Francisville, Louisiana. There was a plantation built in 1796. This is one of the most haunted historical locations in the South. Within the haunted house, though, is a haunted mirror. Located in the hallway across from the large wooden staircase is a large rectangular mirror with a golden frame. The mirror has been there for well over 2 centuries. One story of its haunting is that a woman named Sarah Bradford Woodruff, who lived there with her husband and children in the 1820s, are permanently trapped in the mirror.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, Emma.
And tourists who take photos with the mirror say they have witnessed that their photos contain like anomalies. Creepy shadows or orbs.
Oh, hell no.
Some have even said that they have seen fingerprints on the mirror itself, and even like apparitions standing in the staircase when they're looking at the reflection.
Oh, fuck that. Oh, Emma!
That's story number 1.
Especially like if it was a ghost that was like someone who just died, and they were just like I don't know, singing Britney Spears, wouldn't scare me as much as like an 1800s ghost.
Yeah.
Like that shit's just fucking creepy to me.
I don't know. I guess Britney Spears one would be kind of creepy too.
I don't know. She just like, oops, I did it. Like it was just someone just singing. It wouldn't freak me out. I don't think. I'd just be like, I don't know. I'd get into it with them. But like someone in 1800s garb with their whole family, especially like with children or something.
Yeah. Their sunken eyes.
They're black.
I'm trying to not sound like I'm from Michigan.
Why?
Because we say mirror. I think it's mirror.
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 I say mirror.
I know. We say it because we're lazy
Mirror.
talkers.
Yeah.
But it's mirror.
Do people actually say mirror though?
I think other
Like
states
when they're just
would.
talking, they're just like mirror.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I say mirror.
Well, mirror because
we're from Michigan.
saying mirror is weird.
Yeah.
So if you say it like that.
It's the same thing I'm saying like crayon. It's a crayon.
I say crayon.
Right, we go crayon.
Our friends from the South, let us know. Is that weird to say mirror? Because you guys say oil instead of oil, so you can't judge us.
Seriously.
For real.
All right, I have my second story. This is actually a Reddit story from user B is normal. This story is from my brother-in-law. This took place in Mexico in the 90s. My brother-in-law, Uriel, and his family had a house on the corner of the street.
I thought she was going to say my brother urinal.
Uriel.
My brother had a urinal.
My brother urinal. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Anyway, so his parents always worked and never had time to do any of the house chores or look after Uriel. So they hired a...
Let's just say his name is Eugene.
His name's now you.
You. Okay.
They hired a housekeeper nanny.
Okay.
The nanny was a teenage girl who was around 12 years old. It was acceptable to hire young kids back then.
Oh my God, 12?
That area. In their area, I guess. I don't know.
She should have been babysat herself.
Oh, you'd think. Anyway, you said that in the beginning, everything was great and she did all her chores. The house was pretty big, so it was pretty impressive that at her age, she was able to keep up with all the cleaning. The family was content with her work and the girl was always happy to help. In the house, there was a big staircase that led to a second story. You said as soon as you got up to the top of the step, there was a very big Victorian mirror, which was recently given to his parents by some acquaintances. The family started noticing that the girl would always glance at the mirror. The glances then escalated and she began staring at the mirror from afar. Soon, she would stare to a point where she would just stop doing her chores and just stay there for hours at a time.
Oh.
She stopped speaking to anyone and did nothing else but stare at this mirror. So she even stopped eating and sleeping.
Oh my God.
The family became very concerned and alerted her family. When her family came to pick her up, they couldn't separate the girl from the mirror. She was in sort of a hypnotized state. They took her to a local witch doctor and they said something in there had taken her, that it had just left her body behind and nothing could be done.
Oh.
She was in a vegetative state and remained that way for some time. It would all come to an end when the family ordered to have the mirror stored in the basement.
Oh my God.
At one point, one of the few people moving it somehow stepped on the mirror and it broke. It shattered into many pieces. Seconds later, the girl's family called saying that the girl had been convulsing and that she passed away.
What the fuck?
It was very sad and the family was devastated. To this day, he still doesn't like talking about it.
Emma used to talk to people that weren't there. She did.
I feel like I could
She would
see
go
that.
outside, and Zach and Hannah.
Zach's my brother.
Zach, Emma's brother, and Hannah, Emma's sister, the two older siblings of Emma Grace. They would go out on adventures, and they would take like my backgammon game as a briefcase, and they'd just be going around doing their thing. Emma would be all alone, and she's going.
How old were you?
And for those that
Maybe
can't
4.
see what I'm doing, I'm doing
Hand
mouthing
movements.
and hand movements because Emma's
Mary
having a
was moving her
conversation.
hands in her mouth in a manner that looked like she was talking to somebody.
Thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome.
Yes. But I would be looking out a window at Emma, and she's just doing that like she's talking to somebody, and I'm using my hand movements. But I'd say, Emma, who are you talking to? And she says, my grandpas. Both her grandpas were dead.
Mary.
I'm serious.
Why are you telling...
It
we
goes with the story. Well, there's no mirror. However,
there is no mirror. You're throwing these on me where I feel like we need to spend like 45 minutes on these stories.
I don't remember talking
nuts.
to them. I met them, but my one grandpa passed away like a month after I was born, and then the other one passed away in 99, like January. Yeah. So I just turned. I wasn't
6 months.
I was 6 months.
That's insane.
They passed away like 6-7 months from each other. So one died in 98, and the other died in 99, and Emma was born in 98.
They say, little kids can see things.
Yeah, but I don't recall ever talking to them, but I have so many people that told me this.
Yeah. That's just weird to me that you'd say, oh, I'm talking to my grandpas. That's creepy.
Yeah. Or she'd be just out walking in the fields because we had a lot of land, and she was out there walking, and it's like, Emma, who are you talking to? Just my grandpas. Numerous occasions.
You gotta stop doing this to me. You're giving me
but I've had multiple people like outside.
That's freaky. She's a weird kid.
Stopped at 3. No, we were blessed to have her.
But she says that now. She's not the only one that said that though. Like we've had
her over her shoulder and did a head toss.
Emma did. Oh yeah, I don't know. I was gonna try and I lost my train of thought.
But like my mom's saying I did this, but I've had other people, like family, friends, that have told her like I was talking to myself and saying that I was talking to my grandpa.
I mean, you're fucking weird. We need to have like a whole episode. Emma's fucking weird.
And then another thing is she always wanted to use big words because my other kids kind of were like walking dictionaries and they never could understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
Hannah would study the thesaurus. And Zach would always say, actually, Mary. He would call us Matt and Mary. I would have to call him son so people would think that I was his mother. What? Because he called us by our first name.
What the hell?
And Emma wanted to use big words, so she was always going, some again, some again, some again. I was like, who are you talking to?
So you
have the 3 kids. Can you tell which ones had the lowest grade?
Very big words and talk to ghosts. So.
And she was the entertainer, though.
Yeah.
And doesn't that fit Emma? You know her from school. She had her own karaoke machine.
Yeah.
And at dinner, she would go up to guests and say, would you like me to sing you a number?
Oh, my God.
And she wanted to be Shirley Temple. And she would sing it and do the dance.
That's awesome, though. Do you have home videos of this?
I think we do. And then
we need to see them.
Then she would even say, I'm not done yet.
Oh!
When they would, talk over, I'm not done yet.
You knew how to command an audience.
Mm-hmm.
She was preparing to be a famous podcaster.
For this moment.
Just for this moment.
I have one more story. If we can get to them. I'm not done yet.
It's not your turn, Mary.
I have good stories. So.
That was a good story. That was creepy.
I guess I am kind of messed up. Emma's got something going on. Yeah, it is weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
So when she was in the bathroom in the children's museum, so when she was in the children's museum restroom as a kid, and she's like answering people that aren't there, I wasn't really worried because that's just Emma.
Emma, maybe you saw ghosts when you were little.
Maybe.
Now you just can't remember it.
Maybe that's why I'm so indifferent. Like I don't know the difference.
Right.
Maybe that's why her skin is so pale. translucent.
No, I think all your kids are kind of pale.
No.
Wait, they're not?
No. Not like Emma.
Way to remind me, Jerry.
I thought they all were. You look like your sister.
Salt in a
I don't really
wound.
see your.
No.
I don't really see your brother.
Hannah can tan. And Hannah gets freckles, so she's tanner. Emma...
I just get
You guys
freckles.
all have the same freaking face, though.
Yeah, but Emma's always...
What do you say, Mom? What's your sentence?
Emma's always pale. I mean, Emma's always...
I feel you, though.
People will come right up to her and say, "Your skin." So
Yeah, I've
I
had
feel like
that.
that's rude.
no, she doesn't even have makeup that matches her.
That's the shitty part of being pale.
Yeah, like baby powders.
Baby
Got a little more tint than Emma.
Baby powder.
It's no, I'm not kidding. I wish I really was. I've had people, and this just shows you how nice Michigan is.
Yeah.
I've had people come up to me saying how I like America. They think I'm not from here. Like, they think I'm from Europe or some other country that might not exist. And I'm always like, because I'm so tall.
You are very tall.
And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you're just so tall. And like, I have really dark eyes. And I guess the dark blue eyes isn't so common all the time. Like, okay, but they're like, but then the last one is what always makes me angry. They're like, and you're just so pale. Shut up.
Shut up.
And she has almond-shaped eyes.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I can see you looking a little, like European.
No, I get it all the time. And I've had people say, like, wow, your English is so, like, good. I'm like, well, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
The foreign exchange students thought she was the foreign exchange.
I had
hell?
foreign exchange students come up to me. It's like, so where are you from? I'm like, here.
Michigan.
Like, I should have.
I say mirror.
Yeah.
Mirror. I
Thought
can see
you
you
were-
looking like Scandinavian-ish. Maybe.
I'm Polish.
But you look a lot like your mom, though.
Mm-hmm. I have my mom's facial
You're
structure.
so beautiful, Emma.
Yeah, she goes outside and she turns, like, into leather. That's how well she
like it very
tans.
dark.
Really?
Yeah, Zach can
That must
tan.
be fucking nice.
My dad just doesn't really tan, but he's pretty tan.
I sunburn and then I get back to pale.
Yeah, I like to keep my
Pisses me off.
sunburn. Like, it starts
Keep
peeling
my
away. I'm
sunburn
like,
all year round.
super glue that back
Yeah.
on.
That's the
It's a
only
little
color I
color.
get. Yeah.
All right, I have just one more story for you.
Okay.
This one's creepy.
Oh, okay. I thought the other ones were creepy.
Yeah. Years ago, while at a cookout with his family, a gentleman named Juan heard a chilling tale of a haunted mirror from his cousin in Mexico. So one day, Juan's cousin and a friend of his were shopping in an antique store when he came across a large Victorian-style mirror. This is the note for you guys. Victorian-style mirror, just leave them.
Yes.
That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, I was just about to say the last one was Victorian too. Anything Victorian kind of freaks me out.
So Juan's cousin was drawn to it immediately and asked the shop owner how much it cost. The shop owner told him the price, but seemed a little edgy afterward. He told Juan's cousin that if he wished to purchase the mirror, that he must make sure that it is always covered by some kind of heavy cloth after the sun goes down. Juan's cousin found the man to be quite quirky, but nevertheless promised that he would do just as the owner bid. He purchased the mirror and drove it home in the back of his truck. He arrived home in the early evening after he found a space on the wall of his bedroom to hang it. He admired his reflection for a few minutes. Wish I could do that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, must be nice. I avoid them.
Especially like when I wake up, my hair.
Yeah.
Like I hit by a truck. I'm like, oh, I admire that.
Yeah, right.
Makeup's running down.
I look like a raccoon around my eyes.
He promptly covered the mirror with a bed sheet.
Okay.
He felt a little silly doing it, but that's what the shop owner
I'd
said.
fucking do it right away.
Yeah, he said that. So dusk approached. Juan's cousin was relaxing on the couch when he began to hear a steady knocking sound, as though someone was at the door, but nobody was. Puzzled, he wandered through the house, tracking the noise until he got to his bedroom. Chills ran down his spine as he realized that the knocking sound was coming from within the mirror.
Oh, no.
Fuck no. Oh,
Slowly, he grabbed the bed sheet by the corners and pulled it off the mirror.
No.
Inside the mirror was his reflection.
Oh,
But
God.
a reflection that moved entirely on its own. Juan's cousin watched in horror as his mirror self slowly knocked on the glass surface, an eerie, leering smile on his face.
Oh, no.
He moved to cover the mirror back up, but his reflection somehow managed to grab him and attempted to pull him into the mirror itself. The surreal violence had Juan's cousin paralyzed with fear. He fought to free himself, but his reflection was too strong. He was partially pulled into the mirror. His fear escalated 10 times over when he peered around. Within the mirror, he saw his bedroom, but everything was inverted backwards. Juan's cousin began to pray, and only then did he find the strength to free himself from the mirror. He fell to the floor and immediately ran out of the house. He ran down the street to his friend's house and stayed there until morning, too terrified to return to his home. When the sun rose, he and his friend grabbed the mirror and burned it in the fire. Since destroying the evil mirror, everything has thankfully returned to normal.
Oh my God, I can't. That is like one of my biggest fears, like at night when I go to the bathroom or something, because there's been so many scary movies where like it's like
they open up the cupboard and they close and someone's back there.
Like, or like and it's you and it's smiling at you and it like tries to kill you. That shit freaks me out so bad.
That's where I cleared air and screamed like award-winning scream.
Yeah.
It was so realistic. I was petrified.
Yeah.
It was in a movie and someone opened up a cupboard and was like, ah! And I was like, ah!
Those are my stories, aren't they?
Dude,
That's
No, I'm
creepy.
going to have nightmares now. When I get up in the middle of the night,
Mirrors
I know,
are creepy,
because
so-
I have a mirror on my dresser. And I'm
Yeah.
going to get up and use my flashlight to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I just
2-3
try to
times
like
a night,
not
and then
look.
I'm going to see my reflection and scream.
You better
Because
cover
I've
it
done that.
tonight. You better cover it.
I've seen my reflection in the window.
Yeah, that freaks me out sometimes.
Ooh, yeah. I get scared.
Well,
I
great.
don't even like to go outside at dark.
At dark.
After the sun goes down, that's dark.
Yeah.
I don't go outside.
Yeah.
Well, where we live, there is no like street lights.
No, there's
right.
coyotes.
Yeah, it's creepy. I feel
Yeah.
like where you guys live is like Jeepers Creepers.
And there's coyotes.
Like that's what I think of. I'm like,
Coyotes and big.
Jeepers, creepers.
where'd you get those beavers? That's
We
just
have
so scary.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic farts.
No, frogs.
What do you mean?
They're
Frogs?
huge.
Oh.
Oh, I hate
Huge
frogs.
frogs. Oh, I do too. And then
Ooh.
you just never know when they're going to jump. And when you get right close to them, they.
Oh, hell no.
I freak.
I'd be scared too.
See, I could kill people if they throw. Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard right here. Mary could kill people.
I
That's
know.
why I thought of you with
That's
the worst
why I
roommate
thought I
ever.
would be good on this podcast.
Yeah, I think you were good.
Because one time, let me tell you this story.
Okay.
My nephew came upstairs
Evan,
when I
you're
was
gonna have
at
so-
home, and my nephew, I think it was Scott Benjamin.
It was Scott.
It was Scott Benjamin, and I was laying down upstairs because I was tired, and he came up to me like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went,
Ooh.
and that kid went airborne. He
Oh,
went
you
across
punted him?
I launched him, and then he started crying.
How old was he?
I don't know, 4 or 5.
Oh!
And he started crying. He's like, Aunt Mary just threw me across
Oh,
the room. And it's like, well, I'm going to punch him.
You heard it here. Mary threw a child.
Yeah,
across
no,
the
you
room.
didn't have to have a bug or anything. Just cover your hands like you might have something.
Yeah.
I've even done this in front. Like I was standing like this, and I went like this, and she goes, "Stop!" I'm like, "What have you saw
You
me
didn't see-
make this motion?"
Yeah.
I want to know if you guys have any spooky mirror
Yes,
stories.
tell us if you know any creepy mirror stories, or even if like your grandma had a creepy mirror, because my grandma had a creepy mirror, and I'd like try to avoid it at nighttime. So tell us about your grandma's
Oh.
creepy mirror. Tell us, I don't know. Do you have any superstitions with
My
mirrors?
grandma had a creepy picture, a photo, and its eyes followed you. I know, you want me to shut up, but the eyeballs. The eyeballs.
Let's bring it back here, man.
Bringing it back. Emma has gone, well, that's our story. Wow, this one
I
time.
have more to say, girls.
It's my turn.
It's Mary's moment. Well, that was fun, Mary. You gotta come
Yeah.
back.
Do you
And it's
enjoy
an
being on
oldie.
our podcast, Mom?
I've enjoyed it very much. It depends on how you edit it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Fair enough.
And when I hear the edited version, I will let you know whether I enjoyed it. But I enjoyed being in the room with you girls.
yeah, we're kind of
Because-
fun, aren't we?
You know, it just brings back those days.
Well, cool. So join us again
Next Tuesday.
It'll be Emma's True Crime.
Aha.
Do you already know what you're doing?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't find out until 2 days before I'm about to
Right.
figure it out. I don't know. Okay, well, cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Say bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
No. Well, close enough.
Bye-bye. That's all. Hurry before she... Cut it.